I was about to do my usual intro, but suddenly Arn called, well, texted. Yeah, this is to make sure that you're not screwed if your last day to send the calling card happens to be on a Sunday and you can't go to school. You can always go to the palace or send calling cards, even on holidays or weekends. So, welcome back to Persona 5 Royal, more daily life. I just noticed there's just a random coat hanging up there, I guess. Joker, dries his clothes just here, somehow. But yeah, Morgana's standing on all fours, which means that you are allowed to go outside, which is really cool. Also, you can go to the hideout from Morgana directly, just like any party member. But, oh hey, Pompous Customer's back. Ah, film critic, that would explain it. As much of a kind of condescending jerk as this guy is, he's probably one of my favorite NPCs in the game. He's just pretty memorable. So today, male host. Wait, what happened to the usual host of the home shopping channel? Did he finally have to go into hiding after all that shady business? So yeah, Spring Awake sets. 1 caffeine patch, okay then, and 10 white eye drops, and 10 hot and sour tea. But that's not all. Ah, you're still not Tanaka, don't even try. Share of Spring sets. 5 Sakura Mochi SP, that's nice, and 1 Spring Fruit Pack, and 1 Party in a Can. I love the name of that item. So, okay, how expensive are these? Oh boy, yeah, that's, can we afford that right now? Because very soon we're gonna have to spend 5,000 yen, and by very soon I mean like right this afternoon, and then we have to spend 4,800 yen, and then later we have to spend 3,600 yen. But we are, once we send the calling card, we're gonna be getting a pretty decent chunk of money once we do that. Maybe I can afford this right now? I haven't even sold my palace treasure, so okay, this could be bad, but I'm gonna get this. It doesn't come for a couple of days. But we have part-time jobs, so, yeah, also you can only get one or the other. Goodbye, not nearly as memorable or impressive as Tanaka. I wonder where he's gone. He may have been a shady businessman, but I miss him. Anyone who played Persona 3 and 4 loves that guy. But okay, today we're gonna go to the underground walkway. Because remember when I said that there's a social stat thing that we kind of need to be spending most of our cash on? That's this. Every Sunday, this juice stand sells something called aojiru. The drinks rotate out every Sunday, and the guide expects you to buy them every Sunday, otherwise the schedule will get thrown off. So this one here, this one raises charm. And hopefully, if we've done everything correctly, this should actually be a charm rank up. Oh, this is just reminding me of something in Tales of Arise that I'm playing recently, where a character makes vegetable juice out of just pure lettuce and nothing else.
Nice.
Yeah, that sparkle means the same thing it does with Confidants. We are now at level 2 charm, head turning.
Alright.
And now that we're head turning, we can accept a new part-time job. Okay, now that you're healthier, let's go somewhere else. But yeah, that somewhere else is accepting the Rafflesia job. Isn't that really, really bad smelling flower, though, that, like, attracts flies and is carnivorous and is what Vileplume is based off of?
Okay.
I think it is, because I'm pretty sure that Vileplume's Japanese name is literally just Rafflesia. Isn't it called, like, the rotting corpse flower or something? Because that's what it smells like. So yeah, Shibuya Underground Shopping Mall. Actually, walking to the underground shopping mall always confuses me because, like, for example, this right here, this always makes me think it's going to underground mall, but no, it goes to the Shibuya Central Street. The actual way to get to the underground mall is up there. You'd think the underground mall will be further underground. Well, I don't know. One day, I guess the Phantom Thieves are, you know, helping society by dealing with one teacher. But yeah, here's how you get into the underground mall. And I think I've pretty much talked to everybody at the moment. There might be some people in Central Street, but yeah, here is the flower shop. And it's now a quick travel location, so you never really need to remember how to walk here directly, but it's still kind of nice to know. You can pass time, but also get money and improve kindness. We do need kindness for Sojiro eventually, and sometimes you'll be requested for a specific order. This one always messes me up because the way they describe the flowers is not always like. Anyway, you'll see why once we actually get into this. It's a little tricky. You've kind of got to figure out which flowers like considered soft colors and which are considered bold colors, and sometimes what the game tells you isn't entirely what each of the flowers actually correspond to. Wow, somebody who runs a flower shop is named Hanasaki, Hana being Japanese for flower.
Good luck!
And as always, we are observing our senpai and learning the ropes.
Hey!
I wish we could wear this apron in the metaverse.
Here.
Yeah, first day, we just get a little bit of pay, recouping some of the cost of that home shopping.
Great.
And also the Aojiru.
How are you feeling?
I kind of like how you have kindness as a stat now. I suppose Persona 4 covered that with understanding. Something that people also find kind of funny, those who played Persona 4, is that Joker doesn't have a diligence stat. Which maybe says something about him. I mean, in a sense, proficiency kind of represents diligence. Well, I mean, those questions that people ask every day, not even in Japan.
Ah, you're back.
Hey!
Yeah, we can go outside to the laundromat at night now, but it does use up the nighttime time slot with no real benefit other than washing the armor. And yeah, at the moment, we don't really have time for that. I kind of wish we did, because sometimes you get nice stuff, and there's also something, let's just say, in this game for washing 10 pieces of sooty armor. But we're actually going to be doing something different, because I mentioned that a lot of special things happen on Sundays. It's not just the Aojiru, not just the home shopping channel, but it's also the bathhouse. There's a medicinal bath on Sundays.
Wow!
Also, I believe this bathhouse actually does correspond to, like, a real place in, the real-life Sangen, but, yeah, like, a lot of this place has been replicated pretty much one for one. I would definitely recommend, though, that if anyone is actually, like, a tourist in Japan, please don't go around these places and go, oh, that's the thing from Persona 5, because, I mean, I can't speak for them, but I'm pretty sure the locals would hate that. So, yeah. I love how Joker's just nonchalantly sitting there with this grumpy old man right next to him. Just staring into space, going, what have I gotten myself into? Not just looking cool, Joker, looking great, Joker. Gives us even more charm.
Wanna head back?
Now, I don't recall there being any particularly amazing confidants that are locked behind charm to start, but I do know there's one that requires you to have max charm to proceed past the halfway point, and that's always an annoying moment for many players, so I would recommend getting a head start on charm just for that. And hey, we ever see it on the train, so we're going to finish off Pirate Legend. And this means that I need to remind myself to return it.
Wow!
Because, yeah, that way, I get the next book and don't... I've had to reload due to forgetting to return a book and rent a new one before. Yeah, I mean, Captain Kidd wasn't technically an outlaw, but he did do a few things that may have actually crossed the line into full piracy. Again, his history is a little bit murky, but from what I've heard, people actually have found, like, some of his treasure recently. Also, I think the remains of one of his ships were also found in, like, the late 2000s. And yeah, this is kind of funny. Basically, all of the movies that they show in this game are parodies of real-life movies. Yeah. So, I'm going to talk about my experience with all of those films once we actually see them, because the good thing about the ACE guide is, it does go to most of the movies. Not a lot of Max Confidant guides do that. There are even some movies that you, like, never even need to go to, even in ACE, that I might want to show later on. What is Joker like? Maybe action.
Nice.
Oh, little did he know that there would be a spin-off called Persona Q2, where actually they would make their debut on the silver screen. I suppose there's been a Persona 5 anime. With how successful it's been, I'm actually a little surprised there hasn't been like a Persona 5 movie yet.
Jeez.
Oh boy. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of teachers sometimes have fun, like, looking at the really, really bad essays that students have written. Although that thing that she was just mentioning, it reminds me of, like, a joke that I once heard that I thought was actually kind of had a good point, which was that, how come a slim chance and a fat chance are the same, but a wise man and a wise guy are opposites? But speaking of interesting class questions, I actually really like this one. I've always loved just the concept of phrases that people use these days, and actually meant the exact opposite if you knew them in their original context.
Answer this question.
My country rara wrong is just something that I know mostly because it sums up the Camus archetype in the Fire Emblem games. An archetype that I still think never actually got bad until Sacred Stones, the 8th game, because every previous Camus character was actually deconstructed to some extent. It wasn't until Selena that they actually had one who was completely dumb and honor bound. But yeah, that'll be a tangent that I can go into the next time I play a Fire Emblem game. I was gonna get that tangent during Cheering Saga, I never actually got a chance to. So yeah, my country right or wrong, the modern meaning is unquestionably supporting it. But the original meaning is, if you think about what Kawakami was saying, actually this.
This is it.
Exactly.
If right to be kept right, and if wrong to be set right. In a way, that kind of reminds me, I think, like, that Sun Tzu quote, like, if fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight, was also taken completely out of context, and is actually more, like, supposed to refer to, like, if political leaders tell you should go to war, and you actually shouldn't blindly obey that.
Nice. Go.
But yeah, we get points with Arn for that, and the matching Arcana bonus does apply there. So the thing about this is that Arn is the only confidant who goes to our class, who's in our class, which means that every time we have to bail out like a classmate with a question, it only affects Arn in this game. Even though in Persona 4 it affected both Yosuke and Chie.
We have to make them pay.
But yeah, still preoccupied with the calling card, still can't hang out with her until that's done. But we're getting close to sending the calling card. So, step 1, remember my own advice and actually remember to return this book to the library. Because what we're supposed to do now is we're supposed to borrow the Alluring Dancer.
Thank you.
You're only allowed
What
to
would you
borrow
like?
one book at a time though, so let's go ahead and borrow the Alluring Dancer to raise charm.
Here.
Oh yes, Morgana, of course you'd find that one interesting. And now with that, we need to go into Shibuya Central Street and do that thing that was alluded to by NPCs earlier. So, the DVD rental shop.
Yep.
Now, I remember that in the guide that I followed for vanilla Persona 5, we never needed to rent DVDs, which was great because, I'll talk about that in a moment. So, this works very, very differently in Royal. In Royal, you pay a one-time fee, and you get a membership for the entire year, which, well, covers the entire game. And that way, you can rent any DVDs you want for free, just only one at a time. In the original game, you had to rent every DVD individually, and there were late fees if you were, well, late returning them. The reason why that was infamous is that in the original game, it was possible for Morgana forcing you to go to bed to actually force you to get late fees. The first late fee was always waived, but even then, like, a lot of people, like, it made a lot of people not like Morgana because it was like, oh great, we have to tell them where we live. But yeah, it was like, I got a late fee because a cat told me to go to bed. That was kind of the main reason why people hated the whole Morgana go to bed mechanic.
What would you like?
I also just realized that because we heard his sleep quote in the palace, we technically got revenge on him for forcing us to go to bed. But anyway, we're supposed to rent the X folders, and yeah, just like the films, these are all parodies of real life things. This one is obviously the X-Files. So yeah, that's another reason why we had to get some money in Kamoshida's palace. I want to see if the pickup artist is saying anything new. It looks like they are. That store over there is probably based on the real-life chain of convenience stores Don Quixote, which actually appeared in the Yakuza franchise, completely unedited because it was like full-on product placement. Oh boy, if you want advice on that, go back in time and talk to a certain person in Persona 3. But okay, we've done that. Now, oh great. Yeah, we've got to work at the flower store today, and we have to get the order right. So, I guess we actually do, because we need the extra kindness, so I'm gonna have to make a save slot here. Because as I said, this is trickier than it seems sometimes.
What do you want to do?
Oh wait, I just realized, it's Monday, I almost forgot. Drinks. Drinks. And drinks. Okay, I feel better now. Thankfully, two of them, actually all three of them, are right on fast travel points. I wonder if that was intentional. But anyway,
What do you want?
now we'll work at the flower store.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Wednesdays and Saturdays are happy flower days.
I appreciate it.
Okay, large, brightly colored flowers. Yeah, this is the thing, because some of the colors that, like, it's kind of weird. Like, the game's definition of brightly colored is a little weird, and I still haven't fully figured it out exactly. I mean, I could probably look up a guide for this, but, yeah. Large, brightly colored flowers. Light colors or white would even work too. So I suppose we should get the white out of the way. Small white. Large white flower. Let's take that one. Second flower. Large red flower. Normal size. Large yellow flower. Shiny red flower. Large pink flower. See, like, I don't know if pink counts or not. I suppose large red could work. And let's try large yellow.
What do you want to
There's
do?
actually a book that you can read that gives you a little bit better of a description on the flowers. So maybe it is supposed to be harder until you read that.
Right.
So I hope this is correct.
Amazing!
Because kindness is supposed to rank up. Extremely happy, that's good. Yeah, Flowerpedia is that book I was just referring to. But yeah, kindness is actually supposed to level up here.
Here.
And yeah, significantly more money. So yeah, that's going to recoup a little bit of
You
the
did
cost of
great.
stuff. Okay,
Nice.
come on. Come on, kindness boost. There we go, shiny sparkles. We are now considerates.
All right.
And the star is looking a little unbalanced.
Wanna head back?
You're back. Hey,
So that's going to be our order from the home shopping channel. 5 Sakura Mochi, Spring Fruit Pack, and I still love the name Party in a Can. So if we check our items and go to order obtained, so Party in a Can I think only works in battle. There are some items that only work like that. 80 HP to all allies is actually pretty good considering we're going to be doing something soon. And Sakura Mochi 10 SP to one ally. So yeah, actually really not bad. Also, we have those 2 LeBlanc coffees, which 30 SP to one ally, nice. Well, let me just check this. Oh no, not again. Yeah, well, I suppose so, but I mean... Guess that means that hopefully they'll be voted out in the next election. Which actually doesn't really happen in Japan that often. But tonight we're going to be helping out Sojiro again.
all right then.
So we started with coffee, now it's on to curry. I feel like the writers of this game probably had to research coffee just to make sure that his descriptions were pretty good. I've never actually tried brewing coffee myself. So, okay, weirdly, I actually wasn't listening, but thanks to a guide, I know the answer here is medium fine.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely trouble. I mean, it wouldn't be a date if you were saying, how did you get this number? Unless, I mean, you know, it was a yandere. So we're doing a whole lot of part-time jobs as well as sort of unpaid part-time work for Sojiro.
All right.
I mean, I work for him as paid in coffee tips and actual coffee. No new confidant bonus for him
Rest
just
is
yet,
on
though.
you.
Although it seems like his life is a little more complicated than we thought. Business, huh? This is the best answer here. And still no sparkles. Rank 3 to 4 in Hierophant is particularly infamous for taking a while. It's a little better in Royal because you have this extra dialogue choice, as well as the option to clean LeBlanc for some extra Sojiro points, but it's still a pain. It makes sense though, Sojiro and Joker really don't like each other that much initially, so early ranks are
Good
pretty
morning.
rough.
Crowded as ever today, huh?
Oh yeah, some of these are actually fully voiced.
We found the treasure, so all that's left is to send the calling card. We have less than a week now until the board meeting. What do you want to do today?
We're really close to sending it, but we're still gonna hold off for a bit.
Got it. We do have a little time until the board meeting after all. Well, contact me when you make your decision. I'll be over right away.
Oh, yeah, just that. I was wondering who was sending us a message. Looks like there's something new here, though. Oh, yeah, I know that bakery. It's near the Ginza line. Dipped katsu sando. Only on rainy days, though. Well, I guess that's good to know. But if you guys are saying new stuff, does that mean there's new dialogue around the rest of the school? No, not quite yet. Ryuji's just there, stewing as always. But today we don't really have a whole lot to do. Actually though, I want to kind of check something in Shibuya, just to see something, because if the pickup artist was saying something new... Oh, there's this guy! Okay, we haven't actually seen him yet, but this guy's a recurring NPC throughout the entire game. Metropolitan Fire, that sounds like the name of like a Shin Megami Tensei song. Okay, I apologize for this in advance, but as we fall deeper into darkness, we gotta light a fire for the world. Fire, say hello to the modern city. Fire, say goodbye to the countryside. Light a fire in your heart now. Let this music spark the flame. Ow. Yes, you were on fire in more ways than one. Oh no, that's giving me terrible flashbacks to, what was that again? Turnabout Serenade from Apollo Justice, burning in my heart, fire, burn my love all away. You have to... For those who haven't played Apollo Justice, in that case, you end up listening to this one song over and over and over and over and over again, because you have to keep watching the video clip of that. That is actually my least favorite case in all of Ace Attorney. Well, I mean, you know, we're kind of all down for this, except, yes, this guy thinks he's a sun god, so maybe not.
Hello.
Yeah, we heard you before. Scheduled to give a speech here tonight. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we can't actually go out to, like, this far at night without Sojiro's approval, and we don't have it yet. Hello there, Gabby and Ty. Yeah, for now I'm gonna call these two Gabby and Ty. I mean, it is kind of interesting that a whole bunch of incidents are happening, and, well, certain people seem to think that they are linked. We didn't say we're expressing doubt in the Japanese government, though. You kind of put words in our mouths there. So yeah, these people weren't actually the ones that I wanted to talk to. I wanted to see if the homeless guy had anything new to say. It doesn't look like it. Anyway, today we're just going to go to the library and, I would say study, but we're actually doing more guts training today.
Hey!
So yeah, apologies if I'm just skipping through the dialogue here, but we've already seen this before. I think it should mostly be the same. Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Now then.
So if ACE is right... Yes, we are raising our guts this time. Guts bold.
All right.
And that means we have access to Takemi rank 2.
Man.
Still no knowledge boost though. So currently we are oblivious, bold, bumbling, considerate, head-turning person.
Wanna head back?
Unlike Persona 3 and 4, if you read all of the social stats in order, the last one isn't a noun, so it doesn't actually describe you as a person completely. Happy Central Rook is like the weirdest... This is not chess, this is shogi, but like the weirdest position name I've ever heard. Still not as weird as dart slang, though. Dart slang is quite interesting. One day I might get a chance to talk about dart slang, and it's very, very amusing. I'm looking forward to being able to do that. The name doesn't kill you in a strategy. Oh boy, wow, that reminds me so much of early Pokemon. Like, particularly Gen 3 competitive, which had so many names for movesets that just made no sense unless you knew that, like, they were references to particular, like, players in the competitive scene, like Tyrannoboa. Like, if you didn't know, and, like, Crocoon or McIcegar, I'm glad that they kind of phased that out later on in the competitive Pokemon scene, because seriously, like, what the heck is a McIcegar? I mean, you would think that it's a Gengar that, you know, uses ice, but at the time, the only ice move Gengar had access to was Hidden Power Ice, and I think it was named from a particular player. And, like, again, Tyrannoboa was, I think, Substitute Focus Punch Tyranitar, and Crocoon was, I think it was Rest? I don't know, like, I prefer moveset names in Pokemon that are things like, you know, I don't know, I think Calm-Coon was another one, which was, like Suicune with Calm Mind. But yeah, today we're gonna be, well, tonight we're gonna be watching The X-Folders. I have never actually seen The X-Files in my life, so I can't really give any trivia.
Wolf, you can't be serious. You think aliens did this?
I've heard it all before, Skullsy. But just look at these bodies. They can't be from Earth.
So one thing that I don't like about these, the movies have the same problem, is that these are all really funny, and none of them are subtitled.
Hey.
I think I may have seen, like, one episode of The Outer Limits. That's kind of the closest I've got to something like this. I'm pretty sure it's very different, though. The Outer Limits is more like a suspense horror kind of thing, whereas, I think X-Files is kind of more almost police procedural, except for aliens. I don't know, again, like, I've never actually seen that, which is, yeah, probably gonna be weird to some people here. Don't even know how long, like, that probably, like, it's very famous, I know I've heard of it, but I'm not sure how long it ran for.
I talked to this girl the other day.
Wait, is this fully voiced?
We had an amazing conversation after I brought up some of the stuff I read about.
Why is this fully voiced?
We're gonna go out somewhere together soon.
I guess this student getting a girlfriend was just such a momentous occasion that it had to get full voice acting for some reason.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself because it happened to go well. Look, knowledge isn't enough. You need proficiency to adapt on the fly. You also need kindness to be accepted, and guts to be honest and direct. Plus charm to draw people to you.
All of these are necessary to finish the oh wait, no.
The quality of your character says a lot about you. So it's important to better yourself every day.
We already kinda had this tutorial though.
Really? But it takes so much work. But I'll do it if it means I'll get a girlfriend. I guess I'll start by showering every day. I hear girls prefer a dude who's hygienic.
Okay then, yeah, that's kind of a given. Also, is that guy Johnny Young Bosch? He sounds like Johnny Young Bosch. Yeah, I don't know why...
Hey, this applies to you too.
They do this now because they already told you about this way earlier.
You get it. That's a good attitude to have.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not sure why that's a thing, but oh well. At least they get to work in the names of the social stats into normal dialogue. But still, the Mega Beef Bowl is... Oh, and I talked over her best line. So yeah, okay. The Mega Beef Bowl is the best way of working those into conversation I've ever seen, but only in the P4 anime. So yeah, this teacher, our maths teacher for this year. So, I don't know why, but I love her voice clip, I just remembered. Like, every time she says that, it's just like, oh hey, it's the I just remembered lady. It's just such a weird thing to, like, just be a standalone voice clip. I don't know, that's why it sticks with me so much.
You.
So, well, I mean, it's kind of obvious that it would be something related to a color theorem.
This is it.
So what's actually really interesting is I recently, like, was going through my stuff and I found a letter by, like, a relative of mine who actually does teach maths, and they were talking about the four-color theorem and talking about a book that was written when the four-color theorem was actually still conjecture. Something that I love about maths is the fact that, like, you can objectively prove things. Like, there are ways to prove that, for example, this right here will work for any picture like this. And yeah, it was an unsolved problem for a while. And I was just thinking of Fermat's last theorem, but I feel like that actually has been proven now. There are a lot of things that were unsolved problems. I don't think anyone's ever found like a concrete formula that will always give you prime numbers. That's another unsolved problem with mathematics that people really, really want to do. I think it was like Mersenne primes or something. There was something, like there was some formula that somebody thought would always give you a prime number, and then eventually somebody found out that actually, no, that doesn't work. Because to disprove something in mathematics, all you need to do is find exactly one instance where it doesn't work, and then it's completely disproven. That is called proof by contradiction. Oh, no, actually, no, that is proof by counterexample. Proof by contradiction is another proof method that I did like an entire course on proofs at university, and it was like one of the only things of math that I liked. I was not good at it, I was really bad at it, but that and statistics were the only maths courses that I liked. Proof by contradiction is where you reverse what you're trying to prove, and then prove that the universe implodes if you do that. Like, you eventually get something like 1 equals 3. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking about mathematics now because we're actually going to weirdly stop this part. You'll also sometimes get texts from part-time jobs, but ignoring them as no penalty whatsoever. Don't follow that advice in real life, please. I'm going to stop this part in the middle of a school day because today, let me just make sure that I'm right about this. Yes, today we are going to send the calling card. So, I will see you next time for the completion of Kamoshida's palace and our first heist.